Welcome to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart broadcasting live from Winamac Town Park, where Winamac Lady Warriors will play host to the Caston Comets. It looks like start time of 5 o'clock, which is 4 minutes from now, is a little bit ambitious tonight. So we're gonna hit the pause button and turn off the audio just for a moment. We'll leave a picture of the field up on the screen, and we'll have a run that intro again when we're getting ready to start.
Softball team. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to Miss Jada Collins. Jada is being escorted this evening by her grandparents, Connie and James Reisner. She has been a member of the softball team, drama, and choir for 4 years while at WCHS. She's also been a member of SAD and National Honor Society for 2 years, Sunshine Society, Teen Activity Board, basketball manager, and Athletic Leadership Council for 1 year, and a member of the Fellowship of Christian Anyone for 2 years. Jada's future plans are to attend Indiana University in Bloomington and major in exercise science. At this time, let me have Coach Belcher to add some of her thoughts.
Since we just have one senior this year, Jada, I can make a few comments. I've been fortunate enough to have Jada both in class and coaching on the softball field, and I can tell you that she works works hard at whatever she does. She has a positive attitude the whole time, and she's a person of outstanding character. The best compliment that I can give you, Jada, is I think that you are the type of softball player that every teammate would like to have. Thank you for everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Winamac Athletic and the girls softball program, we'd like to thank Jada for all her dedication and all her efforts and contributions to the softball program over her high school career. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give one more big round of applause for Miss Jada Collins.
Welcome to tonight's broadcast here at RTC TV4, where the 12-4 Winamac Lady Warriors take on the 9-4 Caston Comets. So this is a pretty good matchup that is on the schedule every year, and you know Caston's really had a great season so far, sitting at 9-4. I'm going to have trouble. I'm just going to apologize ahead of time and let you know I'm going to try to catch a parent, but I had trouble interpreting the scorecard, so I might mess up some of the girls' names, so I'll apologize in advance for that. If you're listening and you want to correct me, feel free to shoot me a text or reach out to me on social media. I'll be checking periodically, as the game goes along. So we have, I'll just run down through the lineup. Looks like the team captains are out talking to the officials right now. Really shaped up to be a really nice night here in Winamac. Gosh, it's got to be mid-60s. The sun came out after a dreary day for the most part up until an hour or so ago when the sun peaked out. So really a pretty good evening for softball. Let's run down through the lineup. Blake Bailey is going to lead off for the Warriors tonight, and she's going to be playing center field. Aubrey Gearhart, she's a sophomore for Winamac, is going to be pitching in the circle tonight and batting second. Kelsey Crawford will be playing first tonight and batting in the third spot. Alexis Grove will be hitting cleanup tonight and playing shortstop. Ella Gearhart will be catching behind the plate and batting in the 5th spot. Emily Roush will follow Ella up, and she will be playing second base. Jada Collins, who was actually honored earlier, it's kind of a impromptu senior night for Winamac here. Jada Collins, the only senior actually playing for Winamac, so that was really kind of special and nice for her to, to get recognized tonight. She'll be playing right field for Winamac. Katie Perry will be playing third base, batting in the 8th spot. And Kai Campbell will be batting in the 9th slot and in left field. So it looks like we're getting ready for, some of the announcements. A lot of times the announcements from our booth don't don't transition over to the air really good. So I thought I'd run down at least through Winamac's. I'm a little nervous for when I go through Caston. I just know I'm going to butcher some of these names.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Winamac Town Park, home of the Winamac Lady Warriors softball team.
So I'll be quiet for a second, see if you can't hear hear some of what what they're saying up in the booth up there.
Here's your starting lineup for the Lady Comets. Batting first, number 15, Smith. Batting second, number 9, Harsh. Batting third, number 6, Baldry. Batting fourth, number 12, Deming. Batting fifth, number 18, Milburn. Batting sixth, number 5, Heaventhal. Batting seventh, number 2, Horn. Batting eighth, number 7, Williamson. And batting ninth, number 8, Oliver. And now for the home team, the Winamac Lady Warriors. Batting first and playing center field, number 2, Blake Bailey. Batting second and pitching, number 16, Aubrey Gearhart. Batting third and playing first base, number 6, Kelsey Crawford. Batting fourth and playing shortstop, number 15, Lexi Grove. Batting fifth and catching, number 10, Ellie Gearhart. Batting sixth and playing second base, number 5, Emily Roush. Batting seventh and playing right field, number 18, Jada Collins. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 22, Katie Perry. Batting ninth and playing left field, number 4, Kai Campbell. Would everyone please rise and remove your hats as Winamac Junior Jenna Zyder sings the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket, the red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nice job by Jenna Zyder, junior from Winamac, singing the national anthem. We're going to jump over to a quick advertisement as we get ready for this game to start.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Brawnability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at brawnability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care closer to home. More information online at pmhnet.com. Please support our local sponsors.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart, and we're getting ready for this game to start. Have some help from Missy Brogdon. She's going to clean up my scorecard just a little bit. Missy, I have a pen somewhere.
I got a pencil.
Oh, okay, cool. So Aubrey Gearhart warming up for Winamac. Sophomore from Winamac. I think I probably already said that at some point or another. Winamac's had a pretty good season. Looks like my partner for tonight, Aaron Campbell's joined me. Aaron, how you doing tonight, man?
I am good. And yourself?
I'm doing all right too. I'm doing really good. So Winamac overall 12-4 under Coach Jenny Belcher, 3-1 in the conference. Really putting together a pretty nice season. This is, I think, the fourth broadcast that we've successfully launched here in Winamac through RTC TV4. We've had a lot of fun doing that this year. A lot of people expected the Lady Warriors to not be quite as tough as they were last year because we lost four seniors that had all started since they were freshmen. And I think this club has came out and surprised a lot of people. Aaron, what do you think?
Yeah, I think when we're firing on all cylinders and keeping our errors on defense low, we're a team to be reckoned with. They've put up some pretty good games against even the stronger teams.
Okay, cool.
I'll get the rest of them in a minute.
Very good. So it looks like the first batter stands in, and that's going to be Maddie Smith for Caston. Ooh, just missing on the inside corner. That's going to start the count off with 1 ball and no strikes here in the top of the first inning. Next pitch looked like a changeup coming in, and that's going to be knocked out of play. So we got 1 ball and 1 strike to Matt. Little slap bunt attempt is going to roll foul. Katie Perry is going to get it back to the pitcher. That's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Going to slap it down first base. Emily Rouse is going to get there. She got the out. Got there just in time, Aaron.
Yep, just a good heads-up play by Emily.
You know, a lot of times these softball games, you can tell a lot about what's going to happen by, how the first at bat goes in the first inning.
Yeah, it looks like Aubrey's dialed in pretty good.
That ball is going to be just off the plate for ball 1. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out in the first inning. That's a lot of ones up there,
Yeah.
Campbell. I like it. Change up is going to be a called strike on the outside corner. Aubrey does really well when the outside corner is a little bit soft.
Yep.
So we'll see see if that remains true tonight.
She's pretty good at nibbling, so whenever the officials agree with her, it's a good day for her.
So Harsh steps in. I think it's 1 and 2. That's going to even the count at 2.
Yep. Rolling in a little bit late. Did they already do the senior stuff? Or?
They did. It was a real nice job. Looks like going to get a play made by Lexi Groves. Going to scoop up the grounder and fire it over to Kelsey Crawford for out number 2.
I think we've been blessed. The rain held off, and hopefully the puddle in left field has diminished a little bit more.
Yeah, last night there was a home run hit to left field, and it landed in a giant pile of water. That was pretty impressive. I liked it.
Yeah, it'd have been a good excuse for a little kid to go get muddy.
You know, I was thinking that actually sounded kind of fun to do myself, honestly, Aaron. No, it ended up being a great night for softball. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Going to be a drop ball for a strike on the outside corner. That's going to take the count to no balls and 2 strikes. Gearhart nibbling just a little bit high and outside. She's going to get strike 3. That's going to retire the side where 3 batters were faced and 3 batters will sit down.
Yep.
And we'll be back in just a moment for the bottom of the first inning. We'll be right back.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart with my partner Aaron Campbell as we hang out in the lovely Winamac, Indiana. And first 3 runners retired. You gotta like that, Aaron.
Absolutely. Good solid plays. Put a couple in play. Our defense was good. See if we can get it going on the offensive side now.
So our leadoff batter is going to be Blake Bailey, followed by the pitcher Aubrey Gearhart, and batting third will be Kelsey Crawford. Now, last night, if you weren't down at the park, which we had a big crowd down here last night, Aaron, the park was really hopping. Kelsey hit 3 home runs last night, all solo shots. It's really unfortunate there weren't girls on bases, so we ended up losing last night to Western by a score of 7-5. All 5 runs were on home runs. 3 solo shots by Kelsey, which coincidentally was her birthday, so that was a nice little birthday present.
All right.
And the other 2 runs were on a 2-run pop by Aubrey Gearhart. So it's not real common that you hit 4 home runs in one game and only put 5 runs on the board, Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something you're probably not going to see all that often. I had to coach my son's 8U Little League game last night, so I rolled up right towards the tail end. I think it was the 5th inning. Right when I was getting out of my car, it sounded like the whole park erupted.
Yep.
And I think that was Kelsey's 2nd home run of the day.
Okay. Yeah, that ended up being a really, really good game last night, right up to the bitter end. Winamac started out down by a couple runs, battled back, and was leading going into the top of the 7th, and we got into a little bit of trouble and gave up I think a 4 spot in the 7th, and couldn't quite overcome it in the bottom of the 7th. So,
yeah, I don't think anybody watching that game at that time, that girl that was batting, looked at her and thought of her as a home run hitter, but man, she caught that ball 100% on the sweet spot.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I don't think that thing got more than 15 feet off the ground. It just a nice line drive shot. All right. Upstairs for a ball.
The appeal is denied. It's going to be fouled straight back.
Did we ever figure out what class that Western plays in? Are they a 4A?
They're a 3A school.
A 3A?
Yep. Here comes the next pitch. That's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike. Blake looking to slap on this at bat. It's going to even the count at 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the first to Blake Bailey.
I'm getting hassled by Doc Crawford back there for some reason.
I like it. That might have hit a vehicle. I like that. You know, I love softball at the town park, Aaron. I really do. It makes me happy.
Yeah, it's a good environment. Got a little baseball game going on the other side of the.
Blake Bailey hits it to second base, and then she's going to be put out at first for the first out of the inning.
So just a little bit off the end of the bat on that one. Slowed it down a tad.
So the junior Harsh, I think she's pitched pretty much all the innings for Caston this year. Really looks good right now. She's throwing the ball hard. Just went upstairs on Aubrey right there for 1 ball and no strikes. But she can really bring some heat. It'll be interesting to see how she mixes speeds and she's able to put that ball where she wants it. Aubrey's going to foul it away. That's going to even the count at 1.
Got a little piece of the visitor's bus on that one. And I think we're out of balls.
So, Aaron, you have a daughter playing. How's she enjoying the season? Kaya Campbell out in left field. Wasn't real sure she'd get a varsity spot. Worked hard in practice and really overcame a lot of challenges and earned a starting spot. She's done really good in that spot, Aaron. She has.
Yeah, we're pretty proud of her. I think, she's been real, for the most part, pretty patient at the plate, and she's, making the plays when she has to in the outfield, so I don't have a whole lot to complain about.
Going to call that. That's going to be ball 3. So here comes the 3-1 pitch by Harsh.
Oh,
Aubrey gets
deep.
a hold of one. That
That's
might
deep.
get out of here.
Yep.
That's a bomb for Aubrey Gearhart. 3-1 pitch, and she took it deep to right center field. Dr. Brad Crawford in the stands getting pretty animated. He seems to like that hit. So Aubrey had a home run last night in I think it was the second inning, and Kelsey came up. We didn't broadcast last night, unfortunately, and Kelsey came up right after, and I thought to myself, she'd probably really like to go back-to-back, and I'll be darned if she didn't.
Well, let's see if we can do it again.
I hate to predict it, but I got a feeling about it. Ooh, went upstairs. That was a big hack. Last night, it's really 3 home runs in one night, Aaron. That was awesome.
Yeah.
She wasn't fishing that time.
I couldn't pull off a 1 in my whole entire high school career, so 3 in one night's pretty groovy.
I think it's impressive. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Crawford. It's going to be low.
The middle of this lineup, I mean, even really the whole top of the lineup, when Blake's swinging away, she puts the barrel on the ball. She can crush it too. So, I mean, our first 6 batters, they can put, if they square one up, it's dangerous. And that's not selling the bottom half of the lineup short either. It got a lot of power in the top, and Jada's been hitting a lot of line drives and CNI ground balls and getting on base.
Count remains 2-2. No, you're right, Aaron. This team's just fun to watch. You don't think, after you get through the top half of the lineup, you don't think, oh, man. I mean, we got kids that there's a lot of production in the bottom half of the lineup this year. And just a lot of fun to watch that. These girls really seem to be enjoying themselves when they're playing. It's going to be ball 3. That's going to bring the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. She's going to take first base on ball 4 from Harsh. You got to think that Kelsey really didn't want to walk right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she probably doesn't ever really want to walk at any at bat. To be
Right.
honest with you. That second foul ball was a pitch that she almost needed a step ladder to get a hold of.
Right,
So that
yeah,
goes
yeah.
to show you she's not looking to get an easy one.
No, she's not. No, she's not. And this Harsh really looks good in the circle right now. Running just a little bit of trouble here in the bottom of the first, but I really feel like one of the things that I've noticed with softball games, whether it's travel ball, league ball, high school ball, seems like just getting through that first couple of innings for a pitcher so they can settle in seems to be critical. Now, I don't know what her stats are in the first inning, but that's certainly something that I've seen true with our team a lot, is that if we're going to give up a pile of runs, it generally is in that first inning.
Yeah, she hasn't been real predictable yet. She's been kind of using every bit of the strike zone.
It's like a rise ball coming in there upstairs, and that's a pretty nasty pitch, especially if you're not looking for it. Lexi Grove, the batter for Winamac, a junior, batting in the cleanup spot. Lexi's going to line one to shortstop. They still call the out. Looks like she bobbled it just a little bit, but it was after she secured the catch and trying to get the transfer to her throwing hand.
Right.
It's going to be 2 outs for the Warriors. Lexi hit the ball really hard into the gap in right center last night, made really good contact.
Yeah, she had wheels on that one. If you're talking about that one at the end of the game, she hit to the right side of the field, and she made that look like an easy double when it shouldn't have been.
Right, yeah.
She was on her horse.
Good bit of time in between pitches here. Harsh takes a sign from the catcher. The first pitch to Ella is going to be a strike. Ella Gearhart, freshman catcher. She's going to be catching her sister Aubrey tonight. Going to take that ball upstairs.
And she's definitely been a bat that makes the outfield take a couple steps back whenever she steps into the batter's box this year.
Yep, she's been seeing the ball really well. She hit really good in the that round robin tournament in Monticello last week.
Yep.
It's going to be 2 balls and 1 strike to Ella. Winamac with 2 outs here. Oh, she's going to take strike 2. She had 1 to burn. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's going to be a foul ball. Count will remain 2-2. That's going to bring the count full.
It's always fun to watch a kid battle back from being behind in the strike zone, or strike of a count, I guess is the best way I need to say that. Oh, C&I made it through the second baseman.
That's going to be E4. Advances Kelsey to third, and Gearhart was able to take second base on that. That'll bring up the sophomore Emily Roush playing second base for Winamac. This would be a great time for a nice little duck snort somewhere.
Yeah, Emily's come through several times on some good line
Yes,
drives.
she has. It's going to be hit to first base, and that'll retire the side for Winamac. What do we get there in terms of hits? What's our stats for the inning there, Aaron?
Let's see. Aubrey walked, didn't she? Yeah.
Aubrey hit a bomb.
Oh, no, I'm
actually.
sorry. Aubrey hit a home run. Sorry, I'm looking at
Oh,
the
that's
wrong.
all right.
I'm looking at the wrong box. Kelsey walked, and Ella had a single.
So we got 2 hits, 1 run, 2 left on.
Yep.
Sounds good. Well, we'll be back to start the top of the second inning.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the Old Burger Dairy Store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food. Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner Aaron Campbell. We're getting ready to start the second inning, top of the second. Who we got coming up, Mr. Campbell?
Ellie Deming. I believe she is the catcher. Oh yeah, I remember this kid. She played. I've played for me on a travel team one summer.
Okay, cool.
She played third base for us. I was the assistant coach, and the team didn't last for, I don't even know why, but for the short time she played for us.
That's kind of a fun thing about getting involved with travel ball, and a lot of these girls do anymore, is that you see these girls when you play them during, high school ball, and it's just kind of a fun community, isn't it? It's going to be 3-0. That ball must have been just off the plate.
Yeah, she played third base for us because they wanted to give her, I think she's a catcher by trade, but to kind of make her a little more well-rounded, they wanted her to be a third baseman, so.
Well, that'll be the first base runner of the game. You can cancel the post-game show, Aaron, on that walk.
All right, let's see if Albert can get it straightened out now.
Bunt back to the pitcher. She's going to turn, get the out at first. I like it. So, Kelsey caught that ball at first and then fired a second right away.
Right.
You see about, at least half the time, Aaron, on a bunt that pushed the runner to first or from first to second, you see so many girls rounding that bag at second base that I think that play gets an out a significant amount of time. It's nice to see her turn and do that. It's going to be a changeup for the first pitch strike.
This is Bree Hubenthal, the shortstop.
She's going to chase that one upstairs for the second strike. That's going to be a strikeout. So Winamac with 2 outs in the inning. Runner at second base.
This is Grace Horn. She's a left fielder, I believe.
It's going to chase that drop ball. It's going to bring the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Strike two. A lot of deuces on the board, Aaron. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second. Ooh, nibbling on the outside corner. Must have just missed. It's going to bring the count full. Payoff pitch by the lefty. It's going to be down low. That's going to be the second walk of the inning.
Looks like we're looking at Abby Williamson playing right field tonight.
Williamson's in the hole, 0-2. So that'll do it in the bottom or the top half of the second.
Yeah, opened up with a walk, sacrifice bunt, put Ellie on second, and then we were able to finish it off with some K's there.
I like it. So we will be back right after these messages.
This is old you. And this is now you.
Clive wears his fire hat and coat in the rain.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood. This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhart with my partner, Aaron Campbell. As we enter the bottom half of the second inning, what's Winamac got cooking, Aaron?
We got 7, 8, 9 up, so Jada, Collins, Kate Perry, and then Kai Campbell.
That sounds like runs to me.
Sounds like it.
That wind picking up just a little bit.
A little bit.
Sun's
Sun went
good.
away.
So you were telling me at break you have a daughter that's in gymnastics tonight. So this is the life of a parent, a high school athlete, athlete's parents, right? So you have one in gymnastics tonight.
Yep.
And then what's your boy doing?
Soccer.
Soccer tonight. Okay, Ryan's doing soccer tonight.
And then softball here.
There's only 2 of you.
Yeah, but it changes the game a lot when you got to go from that man-to-man defense to zone.
I like it. That's a really appropriate metaphor, actually. Go from man to man to a zone. Gee whiz. Speaking of football season, we're going to be covering Winamac football this year. We should have every one of the home games live on RTC, so that'll be fun. Jada with a little comebacker, the pitcher. She's going to be out for the 1-3 put out at first.
Yeah, it's really cool you guys do this. Right now, I think my mom, who lives 3 hours away, gets to tune in and watch games that, she wouldn't be able to get to watch otherwise. And then vice versa, there's another outfit in my home county that does the same kind of thing, so I get to watch my nieces play. So it's cool guys are starting to do stuff like this.
Oh, fantastic. Now, where do your parents live, Aaron?
Bloomfield, Indiana, down in Greene County.
Okay, good deal. So shout out to your folks down there. That's cool. Good stuff. I know you told me that before, but it just didn't stick in my brain very good. It's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike now to Katie Perry playing shortstop.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as a Winamac. They just kind of moved it 3 hours north and took all the trees and hills out.
I gotcha. There's a bunt. That's going to be a fair bunt. Ooh, a good throw by the catcher. It's going to get her at first. And that ball just skated past her helmet. It almost hit her in the helmet, didn't it?
And if I remember this catcher pretty correctly, she's got a cannon on her, so.
Kai Campbell, left fielder, freshman at bat. It's fun to watch your kid out there, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's like the happiest part about being a dad, I think. Watching your kid compete.
Yeah, she just loves sports all around, so she's a 3-sport athlete. And
heck of a basketball player. Now, I haven't seen her play volleyball, but she plays volleyball as well.
yeah, that's the newest sport for her. She's,
Ooh, ouch. I think I heard that hit her ribs.
yeah.
She ain't crying about it, is she?
Nah, it's not the first time she's been hit.
She's a tough kid, man. She didn't even want to talk about it. She's like, I'm fine. Let's go. The field umpires out there saying, "You sure you're all right?" I don't think she wanted to talk about it. She's like, "Let's play some ball here."
I remember the first time she got hit, she was probably 7 years old in Little League. She took a hopper right in the mouth. I ran out there to her, and she told me to get back into the dugout. She didn't want to talk to me. So,
Kai's a tough kid, man. It's going to bring the leadoff batter, Blake Bailey, to the plate. Blake got the bat on the ball. Where'd that go? Second base, maybe?
yeah, he's, I think it's just a little bit off the end. She got thrown out at first.
It's going to be a bunt foul. Going to bring the count to 1-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Winamac looking to manufacture a run. Aubrey Gearhart's on deck. Blake made a pretty cool diving play. I don't know if you were here for that last night.
No, I missed it.
She stretched out all the way and in center field and dove and caught one. It's pretty cool. It's going to bring the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. She's got a pile of steals. I'm going to have to get some stats together. They're not all caught up on Max Preps yet, I don't think, but she's got a pile of steals this year.
Yeah, she's only been caught once, to my knowledge. I'm thinking she's right around 15 for 16, 16 for 17, somewhere around in there.
That sounds close, yeah.
But probably a little bit more. I think the last time I looked at updated stats, she was 14 for 14, and she got caught once over the weekend trying to get third.
It's going to be a ball low. Kaya's going to get to second on the drop ball there. That's going to bring the count to full. Here comes the 2-out payoff pitch. Blake's going to foul it down the third baseline. Blake just kind of chuckling to herself out there. She's just a happy-go-lucky kid, ain't she?
Yeah, you rarely see her without a smile on her face.
She's going to get walked on ball 4. That'll bring up the pitcher, Aubrey, who jacked one to right center. Her first time up for the Warriors' only run of the game. Ooh, soft outside corner there for strike 1. Going to even the count at 1. That ball is just low. Aubrey really seeing the ball well right now. Ooh, another outside strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's going to be a pop up to center. I don't think that has the distance.
Trouble.
That's going to be dropped by the center fielder. Aubrey's going to get the second. She's going to get a couple RBIs on the effort. He's going to bring in Blake Bailey and Kaya Campbell. So a couple 2-out runs by Winamac will bring the score to 3-0. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit here, Aaron. Actually, the wind seems to be blowing straight in from center field.
It feels that way. That flag ain't moving a bit.
Isn't that odd? Well, I guess it's
Blocking
right up
by
against
the trees.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I think that ball was hit pretty high. It must have got caught up there in the wind and just got gave the outfield some trouble there. It's going to be 2 balls and no strikes to this junior, Kelsey Crawford. It's a hard foul ball to right. Hear your dad back there talking about that was too high. You know, she swung several high ones tonight. I think she's got something on her mind where she wants to put one of them high pitches.
I'm
Aaron.
fairly certain she's interested in getting that Aubrey a couple bases.
Uh-oh, there it is.
It's gone.
She'll take that high pitch and park it out in left center field. Huge home run. It's going to be the second home run of the night for Winamac. I'll tell you what, Aaron, Winamac just has some offensive firepower.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to sleep on them. So I said earlier, we're clicking and we're putting barrels on the ball.
And really at the right time of the season, we have sectionals not next week, but the week after. Is that right?
I believe so.
First pitch is going to miss upstairs to Alexis Grove. I think that might be number 8 for Kelsey on the year. And I think that might have been number 6 for Aub. Lexi Grove, looks like they're going to have a word at the mound here. Probably a good time to have a conversation with your pitcher after you give up your second bomb. And, you know, Harsh has had a great season so far. I think I looked this morning at Max Preps, and she's pitched, I believe, every inning for Caston this year, and her ERA was like 1.36 or something crazy like that. I know it was under 1.5. I might be misquoting a little bit, but that's awesome to pitch, you know, in 13 games, you're 9-4. And have that kind of ERA. And they've played some tough teams. They've played Logan Sport, and I think they have some pretty good competition on their schedule.
Yeah, that's a lot of pitches for a young arm, and to be able to stay dependable throughout the whole season.
Looks like it's going to be a pop out to the second base by Alexis Grove to end the inning here.
So we had a hit by pitch, a walk. Aubrey made it to second base on that pop fly with I'd say it's probably an error on the center fielder. But she got 2 RBIs with that, and then again Kelsey Crawford comes in and takes one out of the yard for 2 more RBIs. That was all those runs on 2 outs.
That's awesome. Makes me happy. Very good. Well, we'll be back right after this message.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years. We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Welcome back to RTC TV4 as we get ready to start the top half of the third inning. You know, I didn't think that we would jump out with 5 runs this quick, Aaron. I got to be honest with you. But Winamac's just, like you said, you were saying before break, we're just coming on at the right time. You know, and even that loss last night to Western, that was a great game. Western 3A school plays a lot of competition. I think Western was really surprised they about let one slip away. I know Winamac was disappointed in the loss, but, man, they were in a position to win it. And I think they came away feeling pretty good about the game, quite honestly. I know my 2 daughters were pretty pleased. Lexi Grove from shortstop, she's got a cannon.
She does.
Gets the out at first base. But I know the girls came home last night. I kind of expected them to be upset and discouraged because they lost, but they were really fairly upbeat about it. I mean, a little bummed with the loss, but they said, you know, they were pretty positive about how well they played.
Yeah, I missed all the good stuff.
Yeah.
I show up and everybody's telling me about Blake's awesome diving catch and all the home runs and Kaya making a good play in left field, and I showed up just in time to watch Western hit a grand slam.
Right. Well, that's right. We told you to go away, didn't we?
I brought the bad mojo, I guess.
It's going to be strike 3. It's going to be quickly 2 outs here in the top of the third. It is funny, I will say. I'm surprised at my daughters how superstitious they are about certain things. Kaya that way a little bit?
Not really. If she is, she doesn't bring it to my attention.
I gotcha. I know Ella has the same pair of socks that she's worn all season. Now, they do get washed, thank God, but but they have a hole in them, and she refuses to wear any other pair of socks to games.
And I'm pretty sure it's not the first season she's worn Holy socks.
No, it isn't. So Aubrey's working ahead now with 1 ball and 2 strikes to the pitcher, right?
Yep, it's Abby Harsh.
Abby Harsh. Abby, just a strong-looking kid. She just looks like an athlete, doesn't she?
She does.
Aubrey nibbling up and out for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Gonna be a foul ball. That's gonna potentially be a home run on the Little League diamond across the way.
And they're not even stopping play.
No, they're like, we're used to incoming softballs. Yeah. We're gonna go the other way with a foul ball. Sounded like it hit a vehicle of some sort over there, maybe.
I think it might have been the bleachers.
I think it was the bleachers. Vehicle makes a better story, Aaron.
It does. But the bleachers calm everybody's nerves.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I gotcha. That's going to bring the count to full against Abby Harsh.
I don't know what the stickers on her helmet mean, but she's done a lot of something.
Yeah, she's got a lot of them, doesn't she? Got a lot of foul balls. What do you think she's seen, about 8 pitches?
I think Aubrey just caught that one off the light pole. I think it bounced off the light pole and went right back into her glove.
That's awesome.
She's
going to drill one to Blake.
Right, straight to her. So a ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out to center. So far, let's see, Aubrey's got 1 inning, a 3 up, 3 down, 1 5 up, and then another 3 up, 3 down. So things are going good for her so far.
So after 2.5, Winamac leads 5-0. We'll be right back.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett, my partner, Aaron Campbell. Catcher Ella Gearhart stands in. Her second at bat of the game. Going to take the first pitch low. Going to be just off the plate there for ball 2. Pretty consistent strike zone so far. Gentleman doing a pretty good job behind the plate. Kind of a thankless job, isn't it? I mean, if you're doing a good job, nobody says anything.
Right.
If you miss a call or two, everybody lets you know about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't pay him enough for me to want to do that job.
Right. Ella Gearhart, couple holes in her right sock, is going to take strike 2. It's going to bring the count full. She's got 1 strike. She's not swinging at a pitch that's a pitcher's pitch on the outside corner. She just ain't. Going to take a walk. Going to bring up the second baseman, Emily Roush. She's going to connect to shortstop. Looks like
everybody's safe.
Yep, tried to get the lead runner at second base there, and Ella slid in, pretty hard slide in, made it a little tricky for her. It's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. So, well, I guess is there 1 out? No.
No, there's
right.
Ella was the first at bat, so they just scoreboard's wrong.
Jada Collins steps to the plate for Winamac. So trouble brewing for Caston Comets here in the bottom of the third. Jada squares the bunt, takes ball 1. Harsh went fishing on that one, and Jada was biting down low.
Yeah. I think a lot of times whenever I see it, most recently, that something when a kid squares up for those bunts, a lot of times they just don't feel like they can pull back on it. They always feel like they're already committed to a bunt, so they got to go get it no matter where it's at.
It's a lot of discipline, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
These girls, and girls softball, you and I were baseball players growing up, but softball is a different sport in that it seems like with baseball, you can get away occasionally with, if your mechanics aren't just right, like you can get away with it, right? But in softball, the bases being so close together, 60 feet instead of 90 feet, I mean, the room for mistakes is so narrow.
Absolutely.
So you see fundamentals in softball players that you just don't see a lot of times with high school baseball players. I also like that the bunt, one thing I like about softball is how important small ball is.
Yeah, especially if you got wheels, you lay down a button that's anywhere in a good location. It's got to be fielded clean and with a good hard throw. And we saw that against Rochester when they played against us that first inning. I mean, Kelsey threw a no-hitter, and they still scored a run in that first inning.
It's like a delayed steal by Ella Gearhart. It's caught the catcher sleeping just a little bit there.
But, I think pretty much almost the whole lineup in that first inning bunted. Every one of them. We struggled, fielding those bunts, and that allowed that one run to score. So kind of proving your point.
Be ball 4. That's going to load the bases up for your daughter Kaya Campbell, left fielder, stepping in with 1 out. The base is jammed.
Maybe this time she can hit the ball instead of letting the ball hit her.
Hey, if she gets hit, that's a ribby right here, dude.
Absolutely. Lean into one.
There's a kid for Western last night. I ain't kidding you. I've never seen a girl so close to home plate when she was in the batter's box. I mean, she was like the tip of her toe might have been an inch and a half away from home plate, just hanging out over. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to get the job done. Oh, it's a forced play at second. Third baseman made a great play charging in on that ball. Going to bring up the center fielder, Blake Bailey. But I couldn't believe that. I mean, I don't even know how you brush a girl back like that when you're crowding the plate that much. She's just daring you to hit her, which I respect it. I mean, I thought it was cool, but I just never seen it that close to home plate. I've seen a lot of girls crowd it, but man. It's like the second baseman's going to be drawn in. That could be a mistake. Sometimes when she's slapping, she slaps it pretty hard.
And if she swings away, that's a dangerous spot to be standing.
Yeah. Looks like she is swinging away. I didn't see her move for a slap right there. Blake Bailey, a really strong kid. She slaps and bunts a lot, but like you were saying earlier, she can also really put a charge into the ball.
Yeah, she's planted a couple over the right field fence.
Well, she was slapping on that one. Sound like the crowd really wants to see her try to launch one here.
Yeah.
Blake, one of the local favorites on the team here. Gonna be a foul ball. If you can, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Payoff pitch is going to be out of play to the left side.
I think that one might have been a car. That makes you feel better.
Thank you, Aaron. I don't necessarily. I'm not having an emotional response to where the ball is hitting. But in some ways, I do find it satisfying.
Oh, went upstairs.
Blake Bailey's going to go down on strikes to end the inning there for Winamac.
Awful lot of action there to come up with no runs, but good work.
So we're going to leave 3 stranded.
Yeah, we had 2 Ks and a fielder's choice to home plate. A couple base on balls.
Okay, so we'll be back for the top of the 4th inning when we're back.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt. My partner Aaron Campbell is Winamac getting ready to, or just took the field for the top of the fourth inning with a score of 5-0 against the Caston Comets. Winamac really looking good tonight so far. And really Caston, I mean, outside of, you take those 2 home runs away, it's a different game. And that's 2 pitches, that's 2 mistakes. And that's the other beauty about whether it's softball or baseball, that it's a game of inches, right? I mean, so one pitch that was in the wrong spot against the wrong batter, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's a different ball game, you know?
Absolutely.
A lot of little things have to just kind of come together, right? And so far those things have been coming together for Winamac. It's going to be ball 2.
My wife is wanting to know how my daughter's doing, so I got to text her real quick.
Absolutely. It's going to be a line drive out to Katie Perry over at third base. That's one thing Katie does really good over there, is that she doesn't back down from those line drives. Now that wasn't hit super hard, but she has good reaction to those line drives her way.
This is Ellie Deming, your catcher.
So with your zone defense tonight, where did Tasha end up?
Well, I took
ground ball to third. Katie's going to get the out at first. That's going to quickly be 2 outs.
I had to take my middle kid to gymnastics, and my wife's taking my son to his soccer thing, so I had to go to gymnastics and then come back, and then my wife will go do the pickup from gymnastics a little later.
Now you guys go down to Monticello for gymnastics.
Yes. Yeah, she's been doing it since she was like 5.
She's pretty good at it, right?
Yeah, she's been pretty successful.
It's gonna be a foul tip, caught by the catcher. It's gonna bring the count to 1-1 strike. Is that something these small communities could support, gymnastics, or not? It seems like a lot of girls that I know that do gymnastics have to travel for that, Aaron.
Yeah. There's a lot of girls at that gym from age groups all the way from toddlers to high school, but I get asked on a routine basis where we take her, so I don't know if that would be. I think there's a small gym over in Kiwana, I think maybe, and Logansport does gymnastics. They actually have gymnastics in their high school.
Okay, so they have a high school program.
Yeah. So I get several people ask me whether or not it's enough people to be able to completely fund it. It's a lot of equipment, a lot of money, and
okay. Gonna get her looking for strike 3, and that'll retire the side. That's 3 up, 3 down. Go the Lady Comets. So after.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Find your go with Braun Ability, the world's most trusted name in mobility. Braun Ability is a proud supporter of the Winamac community, where we are working together for a more mobile world. Learn more online at braunability.com. Pulaski Memorial Hospital has been proudly serving the community since 1963. With 18 physicians and nurse practitioners, along with a friendly and knowledgeable staff, PMH is dedicated to providing quality care.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. As we get ready for the bottom of the fourth, Aubrey Gearhart, the pitcher, steps in for Winamac. First pitch is going to be outside for ball 1.
Doc Crawford fails to make the play. He's going to razz at me a little bit. I got to give it back.
Yeah, no, I think I respect it. I respect it. He couldn't have been prouder last night seeing his daughter hit 3 bombs.
Oh, man. You know, it's like almost everyone I think I've seen her hit, none of them are like high pop fly balls. I mean, they're just like just scorching line drives.
Yep. Aubrey dropped her shoulder on that one. It's going to be caught by the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 6, Crawford.
All right. We might as well stick with tradition and have her go ahead and just hit another one, right?
I like it. I think she's due.
Stay with the trend. Yeah, it's been a while, like 15 or 20 minutes.
Yep. That was a great pitch on the outside corner by Harsh. Be strike 2. Another good spot for that pitch. Might have been just lower than the previous called strike.
Yeah, I don't think that Kelsey's going to see any higher pitches from anymore on purpose, at least.
Had a pretty good cookie to swing at that time. Just missed it. No balls and 2 strikes to the junior, Kelsey Crawford. And it's going to get back to the fence. And she put a hurting on that ball. She's going to get into second base pretty easily. So the 1-out double by Kelsey Crawford brings Alexis Grove to the plate with a runner in scoring position.
I know you already talked about the fact that she's thrown every inning for Caston, but that just is super impressive to be able to make it through a whole season and pitch every game. I can't even imagine.
You got to be tired, right?
At
this point in the year.
Now, I know I'm old and she's young, but I'm playing catch in the yard, and my arm hurts by the end of the night.
Right. Yeah, my arm's sore after about 20 minutes. Missing just upstairs for ball 2.
But, you know, luckily enough for us, you know, we've been blessed for several years, at least with our daughter's age groups for pitching. We've been pretty deep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Winamac's been really blessed with that. I know Dave Scott's done a lot of work and investing in young pitchers from that kind of 10U level on up, and Abby Malco's been working with the girls here lately, pitching wise.
Right.
And we are deep. We got 3 girls that any given night could go out there and pitch really well. Kelsey, Aubrey, and Emily Roush. Emily's playing second base tonight. She's a heck of a good pitcher as well.
Ella's no slouch. She could handle an inning or 2 if it came down to it.
Yep. It's going to be a pop-up back to the pitcher. Kelsey is able to get back into second base on the head first slide. Going to be 2 outs for the catcher, Ella Gearhart. Looks like Ella tried to pull an outside pitch. That's really, I see a lot of girls try to take that outside strike and pull it to left field or whatever, and just don't work out very good. You're lucky to get a piece of it.
Not usually, and even if you do hit it fair, it's off the end of the bat and a dribbler somewhere. That's
and it's caught by the right fielder. That's going to retire the side. Going to leave one on. No scores or no runners are going to cross that inning, Aaron.
Well, we had a fly out to second, a fly out to pitcher, and a fly out to the right fielder. Kelsey had a pretty good shot out there to right center field and scored her double.
Okay, well, after a word from our sponsor, we'll be right back.
All that smoke can only mean one thing. The Winamac Corner Deli is cooking up something delicious. Located in the old Burger Dairy store, the Winamac Corner Deli offers everything from daily lunch specials to full-service event catering. Stop in today to try one of our signature creations, like our amazing barbecue nachos or our tantalizing barbecue mac and cheese wrap. Every day is something new, yet familiar. Mouth-watering sandwiches and entrees for any occasion. The Winamac Corner Deli, smoking good food.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner, Aaron Campbell, in Winamac as we get ready for the top of the 5th inning where the Lady Warriors are ahead of the Comets by a score of 5-0. You know that advertisement. Seems like with baseball games, I don't eat dinner before baseball games, and then I do that advertisement from the Winamac Corner Deli, and I think I just need to quit running that ad because my stomach literally lets me know that I haven't eaten dinner when I see that advertisement, Aaron.
Yeah, if you haven't had at a minimum the barbecue nachos, you're not living.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Absolutely awesome. Everything he has there is good, but that's my favorite.
First pitch is inside for a ball. Who we got up?
Bree Hubenthal.
Bree Hubenthal. It's going to be 2 balls, no strikes to Hubenthal. She's got a few stickers on her helmet too. Kind of like that policy. There's a hard shot to third baseman. Katie Perry's going to make the play and throw it over to Kelsey for out number 1. Defense for Winamac's pretty tight tonight, Aaron.
Katie's pretty solid there on the hot corner. You don't see her make too many fielding mistakes. She had that play in Monticello. It almost looked like something out of the Matrix. That just a slow line drive that was. She almost jumped a little bit too early, and the whole thing just looked like it was in slow motion, and then she grabbed that thing and pulled it down. And I think one of the hardest hit balls I've seen this year, at least in the infield, was one that she'd have caught it whether she liked it or not, with her mid or
her belly.
Yeah, one or the other.
It's going to be a strikeout looking for the second out of the inning. Aubrey keeps trying for that inside corner, but every time she does, she's just off the plate. Ooh, that's a shot right up the middle. Aubrey stuck her mid out for it, but it might have been more of a defensive move.
That was only about 2 inches off of the tip of Aubrey's glove. She almost got her.
Ella not scared to throw it down to first base.
Absolutely not. I love those snap throws. She's right on target by every time she throws it, so you never really feel when she pulls up the throw down there that it's anything dangerous.
It's going to be a called strike 3 for the third out of the inning. So Caston's going to leave 1 aboard. Couldn't manufacture, probably 2 outs, getting that 1 runner on. And that's kind of a tough situation.
And Aubrey's 7th strikeout for the night.
Okay. So we'll be right back after a word from a sponsor.
Summit Contractor Supply is the area's leading supplier of tools, parts, products, and services to commercial and industrial contractors throughout northern Indiana and southern Michigan. Offering Milwaukee Electric Tools, DeWalt Power Tools, Metabo Power Tools, and more, Summit has the blades, bits, fasteners, and anchors to get the job done right. Summit is also a factory-authorized service and repair center. Contact Summit for all of your contractor supply needs.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gearhart, my partner Aaron Campbell, as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning, where the Winamac Lady Warriors are leading the Caston Comets 5-0. This game moving along pretty quick.
Yeah.
Been pretty efficient on both sides in terms of speed. We're just over an hour in, and at the bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, no long drawn-out innings. The scoring's been quick when it happened, and
yep,
defense has been pretty efficient for the most part.
Emily Roush, sophomore for Winamac. He's going to hit the ball. Is that going to get through? It is.
It did.
What do you call that, a grounder with eyes?
That's what I call them.
I like it.
Just underneath her glove. I'd have completely stretched out. But
I like grounders with eyes when they go our way.
Absolutely.
Jada Collins, that's kind of neat out. You see that out in right field? I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but it says, "We love you," number 18. So it's honoring Jada Collins tonight.
Yeah, that obviously bodes well for Winamac next season. Only graduating one senior and having a pretty solid team so far, or solid year so far.
Good contact there by Jada Collins. Just heard from the local sage, Jeremy Lamer, tuning in tonight from Greenfield, Indiana. Bunt's going to be fouled by Katy Perry. So he lives in Greenfield and then commutes to Milan to teach. He's an art teacher there, teaches art and engineering. I'm trying to get him to move back home once his son graduates high school.
Yeah.
He can come to Winamac and teach engineering. Emily kind of daring the throw down to second base. It's going to be 1 ball and 1 strike. Katy Perry steps in for the 1-1 pitch. Going to foul that bunt off. So trouble brewing for Caston here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to be strike 2. Or no, that's a strikeout, ain't it?
Yeah, she fouled off a couple of those bunts first.
You know, something I really like about this, Harsh, she's very composed out there. And, you know, she'll get in trouble and get in some jams. There'll be runners on base. And she bears down and has overcame it multiple times this game so far.
Absolutely. Like you said, she got those, gave up those couple of big hits that put some runs on early, but then, you know, that 3rd inning, she battled her way back out of a bases loaded jam and came out of that one unscathed. You can tell too that she's got really good communication with her catcher.
I think that's important, right? That relationship between a catcher and a pitcher.
Absolutely. She knows what's working for her and what's not.
Kaya fighting in there. Seen Kaya battle back from 0-2 counts multiple times this season.
Yeah, she's been not an easy strikeout by any means.
No, she's not. Campbell go down swinging. That'll be 2 outs. Top the lineup, Blake Bailey bat for Winamac. See if she's slapping or swinging away on this one. I think the catcher here is calling her own game, isn't she?
It looks like it. I haven't seen her nodding over to the dugout at all, looking for pitches. So
right, that's pretty impressive. Is she a junior for Caston, we think?
I'm not real sure.
That ball's going to get away from her. It's going to advance both runners. Roush will move into third base, and Jada Collins will move to second. So Blake Bailey with a chance to for a couple RBIs. She's got ducks on the pond at second and third. She's going to hit that ball sharply up the middle for 2 RBIs. It's going to, well, here's the throw at the plate. It's going to be close. Blake slides into the ball. Blake Bailey's going to get to third base. Good shot up the middle from Blake Bailey. It's going to put 2 more on the board for Winamac. Move the score to 7-0 in favor of the Lady Warriors. And take strike 1. That outside pitch has been Aubrey's nemesis tonight at the plate, hasn't it? Like every time she comes up, Hart's able to paint that outside corner. A little upstairs that time.
It'd be interesting to see her throw that pitch a little bit more to right-handed hitters. I'm sure it's a little more comfortable whenever you don't have to. I guess she did put one of those in.
That one might be in the back of my truck, actually. Nope, that was a. No, it might have been my truck, actually. It's a good thing I don't buy new trucks.
There you go.
Ooh, that's a dangerous pitch to take with 2 strikes. It's going to be a little bit low and outside. Harsh kind of smiling, thought she was going to ring her up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. A chopper to first base. That will retire the side, but not without a crooked number going up on the board, Aaron.
Yeah, you bet you. We got 2 on that. Blake's got that 2 RBI double that she was able to stretch into a 3-bagger when they decided to make that throw to home. Got Katie with the strikeout and Kaya with the strikeout, and Aubrey grounded out to first.
After a quick word from a sponsor, we'll be back here with RTC TV4.
This is Old You. And this is Now You.
5 wears his fire hat and coat in the wind.
Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent. And now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner, Aaron Campbell. As we get set for the top of the 6th inning. Caston still trying to find that first run. And I know that they could put some runs on the board. I don't know a whole lot about the team. I just did a real cursory glance on Max Preps this afternoon, and and I know they definitely have that capability. Right now, Aubrey's pretty well dialed in. We'll see if she can keep it together here for 2 more innings.
Yeah, I know their pitcher is just an obvious athlete. You know she can put the screws to it if she gets the opportunity. And I've seen that catcher hit it. She gets a hold of a ball she can pull. She gonna hit it hard.
Gonna beat the throw at first base. She's got some wheels right there. Ball fairly sharply hit to halfway sharply hit to shortstop, and is able to beat out the gun of Alexis Grove, who handled it cleanly. Steve Stricker would actually call that a stand-up single, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, she didn't have to dive, so. That made me so happy. We were calling that Culver game, and Alexis Grove had a base hit up the middle, and he called that a stand-up single. This is going to be the third base. She's going to try to get the lead runner. She's going to hit the base runner in the leg, it looks like. So Caston's got a couple of runners aboard here with nobody out, so trouble brewing for Winamac. But he called that a stand-up single, and I paused for a minute, and I looked at him. I said, "Did you just call that a stand-up single?" He got a little defensive, and he said, "Well, she didn't have to slide, did she?" I'm like, "Well, no, she didn't." I probably mentioned stand-up single about a dozen times after that. I think I kind of beat that into the ground. First pitch strike. So a couple of infield hits for Caston. Let's see if Caston can capitalize. Try to bunt and called strike. Be no balls and 2 strikes here with nobody away. Got a force out at third. Ooh, called the changeup maybe a little bit low for ball 1. That's a good pitch. You want to put your changeup low and outside, and she just flirted with that strike zone with that. That's going to be strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Here's the catcher. So we're into the meat of the lineup now, and and she gets stickers on her helmet for one reason or another.
Yeah. And I'm going to assume it's probably good stuff.
I'd guess. If Aubrey makes a mistake here, she just wants to make one that stays in the park. Change up, hit to Lexi. She's going to get the force out at third. It's a good slide into third base there that prevented Katie from making another throw, which I don't know if she would have had to play at first or not, but good heads up play by Lexi for the second out of the inning. First pitch in the dirt. Going to be 2 balls and no strikes with 2 outs here in the 6th. And those first 2 runners aboard, you really starting to get worried there. Now we're looking at 2 outs, girls on first and second. So comebacker to the mound. Gets the third out at third base. That'll retire the side. Looks like we're gonna contest that. I think it's worth contesting.
Yeah, the throw was up in the air a little bit. Katie had to kind of come in and get it, but it looked to me like she came down on the bag.
It's worth talking about. Yep, and they are going to ring her up for the third out of the inning.
It's pretty close, but he's standing right there next to the bag, so I'm not going to I'm not going to judge the third base coach too much, but it looked like she came down under the bag for me.
So after the first two runners get aboard, Winamac able to bear down and retire the side. So after 5.5, it'll be 7-0 Winamac. And we'll be back after a word from one of our sponsors.
This is old you. And this is now you. Things change. Your insurance should too. Talk to an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent, and now you can stop knocking on wood.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Garrett with my partner Aaron Campbell as we get set for the bottom of the 6th inning. It just seemed like this game's moved quickly, a lot more quickly than a lot of the games we've played in.
Yeah, it's always nice to see a good, efficient ball game.
Yeah, clean.
There's a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part, these girls have been working hard and playing good. Pitchers are strong.
Kelsey's going to take first pitch ball inside. Kelsey's, what, 2 for 2 with a double, a home run, and a walk tonight, right?
Yep.
He's going to take that low strike. Like you said, I don't know that Harsh is going to go upstairs with Kelsey right now. Make that 3 for 3. So she's a triple away from the cycle.
Yep.
That's the most elusive one to get, that triple. Well, she might. I don't know if she'll get a chance to hit again or not. Probably not, but wait and see. You never know what's going to happen. Alexis Grove stands in for Winamac. First pitch, she's going to hit a pop-up to right field. That's going to be trouble. It drops. Looks like she's going to get to second base on that. Kelsey advances to third. So Winamac threatening with runners at second and third here in the bottom of the 6th with nobody out. Ella Gearhart stands in. Doc Crawford is going to call he's calling the home run. He thinks Ella's due. He's even calling the spot tonight. It's going to be straightaway center. So if that happens on air, that'd be something. That'd be awesome.
Let's give a little credit to the right fielder, too, laying it out for that play. She came pretty close to making a diving catch on that one.
She had a good jump, and that ball was just hit into no man's land, wasn't it?
She's dealing with the worst evil of this field right now this time of day, and that sun is just right above the horizon, so you can see first base and right field both shading their eyes from the sun. That's a tough play out there, and good to see a girl that's willing to sacrifice herself for the good of the team.
It's awesome. That's a great point, man. These girls are playing hard. That was a great inside strike there. Payoff pitch, going to be hit foul.
I believe, if it's right in the scorebook, that's Abby Williamson out there in right field that gave that diving effort.
Yeah, our scorebook's a little suspect tonight. Another out of play foul ball by the catcher.
Let's see if she can time one up here.
It's Going to bring the count full.
That's a good at bat right there. I'm sure she probably would have rather put the barrel on the ball, but fight back and get a base.
So bases loaded for Winamac here in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Emily Roush. Looks like we're going to have a little conference out on the mound. So what's the coach saying to her right now, Aaron?
You know, get out there and give her a couple minutes to kind of settle herself down. She's thrown a lot of pitches. Just got done with an at-bat that Ella fought off a lot of foul balls, so give her arm a rest for a minute. I got a feeling he probably doesn't have to give her too much confidence. I think she's a pretty confident ball player. Like you said, she doesn't really show any disappointment or emotion or anything else like that. Mostly I'm seeing smiles between her and her catcher when things are going right, and she's just going to bear down here and throw the ball.
So that's Coach Donald Helmick for Caston. So Emily Roush with a chance to break this game open. Actually, if she clears the bases and get 3 runs in, I think that ends the game with a 10-run rule.
It would. Waiting on a Little League ball to get off the field here.
First pitch strike to the second baseman.
We still have no outs. Emily's got 1 home run this year. Or does she have
One or
more?
2. Yep. I know she at least has 1. There's a nice shot to center field. That's going to score. That could clear the bases, actually. 1 run cross, 2 runs cross. Here comes the game winner right here. That's going to be a walk-off double by Emily Rouse. That's going to be the game tonight. So a walk-off double for Emily Rouse. She really just got a hold of that ball, Aaron. That was a fantastic hit. Got to feel really, really glad for Emily being able to get that knock, build her confidence. Because, man, she can, when she's on, she can really hit the ball.
Absolutely. Emily's another one of those kids here in Winamac that's basically been playing softball since she was born.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, for a kid that works as hard as she does and she puts in a lot of the extra time, to see her be able to come in and drive a ball right up the middle to end the game, that's good stuff.
That was awesome. That was a great game tonight. So, Winamac, Dimes, Caston. Gosh, I did not expect that tonight. I figured it'd be a little bit closer game. Winamac, I think, you know, Caston's just ran into Winamac at the wrong time of the season. Winamac's just starting to put everything together. They have a younger team this year, and they're just playing the ball real well. And Caston, I mean, a good-looking team. They have some athletes. Harsh threw the ball really well, and you know, there are a couple of bombs, couple of missed pitches there to the wrong hitters at the wrong time, and just gave her some trouble. All in all, Coach Belcher got to be pleased with her team, and so that's going to improve Winamac's record to 13-4, and that'll move Caston to 9-5. So we're going to take another quick word from a sponsor and come back and get a quick summary.
First Federal Savings Bank has provided mortgage loans for over 50 years.
We're now offering commercial loans to support our local businesses.
We offer business loans for real estate, equipment, lines of credit, and investments. We also offer Simply Free business checking for all your banking needs.
Contact Lindy Breeden, our business lending expert, to take the worry out of your business banking.
And remember, we don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Welcome back to RTC TV4. This is Tim Gerhardt with my partner, Aaron Campbell. Wrapping up here at Winamac Town Park, where the Lady Warriors dimed the Caston Commons. So what do you think, Aaron?
I'm real happy with the way the Winamac girls are playing. We're tough outs, 1 through 9. They put the bat on the ball, and even if even on the circumstances where they don't, we got a lot of kids that they don't ever give up at an at-bat. They fight through when they're down in the count, make the opposing pitchers throw a lot of pitches. And in Caston's case, I don't know if they, where they stand in their with their backup pitchers or whatnot. But like you mentioned in the beginning, they got one pitcher who's thrown every inning for them. So the more pitches you can get a good pitcher to throw, the better off you're going to be in the late innings, obviously. But we've been, we're not making very many mistakes, and they're hitting the ball, and things seem to be clicking.
Absolutely. No, I'm completely with you. It ended up being a nice night for softball down at the park. Really, we've had a lot of parents, been pretty well attended. A lot of people coming down and watching softball. It's nice to see the support for a secondary program, a secondary sport like a softball that doesn't get the attention that a football or basketball gets. But we're getting I don't know, these girls are feeling a lot of support and a lot of love from the community.
Absolutely. Being down here at the park, we've usually got sometimes we might have a middle school game going over on the other field, and now Little League Baseball starting up behind this, Babe Ruth on the other side, and so everybody kind of seems to walk around and check on each field and see what's going on with all the teams. And
it's kind of a cool environment, isn't it? What did you think of doing your first game? So this is the first time you've been on a broadcast with me.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed having you. What do you think?
Just a little nervous about not saying something stupid or,
right?
or stammering over my words, which I almost made it completely through till just right then.
No, but, I thought you did a great job. I was worried. I know good people at RTC, Scott Sager and Steve Stricker. And one of the things I was really nervous about when I started calling games for basketball, I didn't know if I could sit through a game without saying anything inappropriate. But you put a headset on and you got to kind of change your thinking a little bit. And yeah, so now I actually behave. I think my wife actually prefers it when I'm calling games because I behave.
Yeah.
So I'm not pacing and not a nervous wreck. So, but
yeah, it's a lot less likely going to be giving officials any kind of grief. And those guys did a really good job tonight, though, too. And
I thought they did too. Good, consistent strike zone. A little bit soft on the corners, which I like. And he was pretty consistent with it. So.
Yeah, he it was never saw any pitches that were crazy from anything else. So his consistency was good, and they had that one controversial play, which cooler heads prevailed, and everybody handled that well. So. Caston, those kids, they worked hard out here. They didn't give up anything. Getting beat by the 10-run rule is probably not the best thing or the most fun thing for everybody. But they were still laying it out and running hard and putting good at bats. So they should be proud of themselves too. But I just like softball, baseball, whatever. Spring is my time of year. So
we're going to be doing. I think this is our last home game for the week. But Winamac goes to North Miami on Saturday and plays North Miami, who's pretty hot right now,
right? And
Frontier.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to – so each team plays each team. So there'll be 3 games broadcasted on Saturday. And I think we're going to be able to go down to head over to our friends at North Miami and call 3 games on Saturday. So
all right.
That'll be pretty exciting. Excited about what RTC TV4 is doing. Can't say enough good things about them. Yep. Let us a couple of hacks sit out here behind a home plate and call games. Pretty cool. Sure enjoy the opportunity to do that. Thanks for joining us for the broadcast tonight, and we'll talk to you again soon.